Hey guys, hey guys, welcome back to another video. It's me, Eco Leaf, and yeah, it's a new video today. It's Daisy's Friendship, episode 2, but, I just want to say before I start this video, like and subscribe, but also something I just watched a video and I know this is kind of a dark start to this video, but a YouTuber I watch, you might know him as Technoblade. And this sounds silly because he's a Minecraft YouTuber, but he was diagnosed with cancer. And not to me specifically, but he has helped a lot of people, maybe with depression or anxiety, with his content and his personality and his jokes and his humor. But to me, you don't want to see anyone that you like watching, what I mean, you like watching, or you think they're funny, or all the things I feel for a Minecraft YouTuber. It makes my day almost always better. Okay, always better. Suffer through that, and that's why I was wondering if you could comment down below or comment on his channel, Techno Support, or something like that, because even though Technoblade never dies, it's still scary to see someone you know, not personally, but just go through that. I'm sorry. Okay, yeah. So yeah, just be supportive of him, please, because he is going through a lot. So yeah, like and enjoy the video. Sunheart! Daisy raced through the bushes, the gashes on her side aching. She had just gotten them about a couple hours ago. It took her long to find and retrack the camp of River Clan after she got attacked by those other mean kitty pets again. Sunheart! She whimpered as Sunheart responded. Yes? She asked curiously and noticed the gashes along Daisy's side. What happened to you? She said, alert. It's... Daisy tried to respond, but it came out in whimpers as Shattered Sky approached the two females. Oh, wonderful. What do we have here? The tongue grumbled. It's... Daisy tried to ignore Shattered Sky. She continued on her story. It's the other kitty pets. They attacked me again. I tried to fight back using the moves I saw Snake Star use on Cotton Candy, but they were much too powerful for me. She looked up at Sunheart with distraught in her gaze as the folded-eared Molly responded. Oh, that's horrible. Come back to camp and our medicine cat can take care of you, she said with a smile as Shattered Sky had a scowl on his broad muzzle. If you excuse me, I have to give these flowers to someone. She blushed and averted her gaze with Daisy, but she nodded in response to Sunheart and gave her a quick thanks as she raced back to the camp. Try not to run too much, just so it wouldn't give her pain in her side from the scar marks. She walked past the large brown tom known as Snake Star and tried to listen in on their conversation, but just walked past, the pain unbearable, as she approached the medicine cat, or what she thought was the medicine cat. Are you the medicine cat? She asked a cat that Shattered Sky introduced as Ivy Fang. No, I'm not the medicine cat, she snorted. Daisy almost flummoxed backwards as she thought she saw the cats had beat her up, but they were just hallucinations. Oh, okay. She looked away sadly as she tried to listen for the medicine cat, or find the medicine cat. I have herb knowledge, Shattered Sky mumbled sternly as he began grabbing and chewing up herb poultices. Okay, thanks. Daisy looked off into a nearby puddle. I would really appreciate that, she sighed. Being honest, of course, but what if Shattered Sky poisoned her? That wouldn't be good. She sighed and let the Tom do it reluctantly. Thanks, Daisy said after Shattered Sky finished adding the poultice onto her wounds. She checked the storage shelf and looked to see if there were any cobwebs to completely patch it up, but there were none, so she just allowed the poultice to stay on with no bandages to let it stay on, but she tried to be careful. You're welcome, the Tom growled as Daisy walked out of the den and approached Sunheart and past Endervoid, never really wanting to talk to that Molly again. Well, she thought it was Molly, but she never really knew. But she'll never find out. That's what she thought. Hey, Sunheart. Yep. Hey, Sunheart, Daisy said to the Molly as they were talking to Shattered Sky. They were talking about something that was called Gathering. So, what does this talk about gathering? What even is that? Daisy said, scuffling with her paws on the earth as she looked back up at the now 3 cats in front of her. Snakestar, Sunheart, and Shattered Sky. Sunheart looked back at Daisy with a smile. A gathering is where a bunch of cats meet. Talk about business about their clans. I'll be going, and Snakestar will be one of the cats obliged to speaking, since he is the leader of this fantastical river clan that we call home. Well, I call home, and everyone else in the clan, but it's really fun. Daisy let out a purr. It sounded incredible. You think I can come with? She asked, her big yellow eyes becoming even wider as she thought about the excitement that would go on at the gathering. Shattered Sky looked dubious as he began speaking. I doubt it. You're a kitty pet. You don't even belong in the clans. Everyone will just mock you there and scowl at your foul smell. She flinched at Shattered Sky's words, but ignored him as she looked back to Sunheart. Who was that cat before? She asked. The one that tried to make you stop pinning me down to the ground when we first met? Wasn't his name Bloomist or something? The name was familiar when she said Bloomist, and even Sunheart began speaking about him. Oh, yeah, I don't know where Bloomist went, but he has to be here somewhere. Shattered Sky growled. He didn't seem to like Bloomist. Oh, okay. I hope you're feeling better, though, Sunheart meowed towards Daisy. All your wounds are treated, right? She asked, and Daisy nodded back towards the Molly. She spoke again. I'd like to thank Bloomist. He was really nice to me. She looked away and thought about Bloomist. She knew that Sunheart liked him. That's the cat who she must have given the flower to not too long earlier before this conversation. She thought Bloomist was attractive and kind, but she wouldn't get in the way of Sunheart's affairs and affections, so she never would think of him again, she promised herself. Shadowed Sky growled again as more talk went around about with blue mist. Daisy raced off and looked through the cats in the clearing, but then raced back towards the cats. I'm not a fan of Blue Mist, Shadowed Sky growled. He's way too laid back for me. It's honestly quite annoying, he growled as he thought for a moment. Understandable. Not every cat has to like one another, Daisy said, pointing out the words liking each other. Like one another. She didn't like Shadowed Sky. She was just trying to make that obvious. Well, isn't the gathering going to start soon? Daisy asked the two, and Sunheart nodded. Should start any second now. We should probably leave. Daisy was excited. She couldn't wait to go to the gathering. Would this be her moment to meet the other clans, learn their names, or maybe even meet another cat? Maybe a cat that she liked or fancied. Would that be someone she'd want to become friends with? A cat from another clan? She knew cats weren't friendly with each other and wildcats, but she wanted to have some other friends that aren't Sunheart. She couldn't rely on the Shmali forever. Snakeheart approached them. Come on, guys. Let's go to the gathering. All right, Daisy said, following him. Can I come? She asked Snakestar as he began exiting camp. Snakestar looked back at her with a frown. No, sorry. You can ask Sunheart. I actually have to get to the gathering quite quickly. Can I come, Sunheart? She asked the Molly, and Sunheart looked back with a frown. Shadowed Sky's points are right and true. Cats would look at us and talk about us and think we're weak if we brought a kitty pet to the gathering. So, sorry, but no. She trailed off and looked back at Daisy, whose big, wide, and happy expression had turned into a frown. Oh, okay. That's okay. I didn't really want to go that much anyway. Daisy was quiet for a few moments as she suddenly pretended to yawn. I'm a bit tired anyway. I think it'd be better if I just slept. I haven't slept in what feels like forever since Shadowed Sky dropped me off on my two-leg home. She let out a fake laugh and turned back to her nest. Welp, I'm gonna head off to bed now. Maybe. Yep. Okay. She took the long way as she brushed past bushes and into the warrior's den. Well, she hoped it was the warrior's den. Hey guys, how was it? Daisy asked the three cats. She laid down in her nest and curled up for the night. It was terrible. Snakestar groaned, sitting down and looking down at his paws, upset. How? Why was everything so bad? She asked. It was horrible. Sunheart looked away saddened, and she looked back at Sunheart with a frown. Really? Was it that bad? What happened? It's too long to explain, but let's just say there were some arguments. Snakestar groaned and flexed his claws. None of your business, she heard Shadowed Sky mumble, but it wasn't that loud. I'm gonna do patrols, Sunheart said as she pointed out cats. You, and including you. She cats, the Molly said, as Shadowed Sky began talking about the gathering again. They were so mean and disrespectful. You mean you, Shattered Sky? Her anger flared up at the Tom being rude to other cat, talking about the other cats. You always seem to be growling at me, or anything else. The Molly growled back at the Tom, looking at her with disgust. Shut it, you prideful, toadless, brainless, and just shut up, you toad face! He snarled back and sat and stood next to Sunheart. A cat next to her, Ravensong, flicked an ear at Shattered Sky's rude retort as Daisy flinched. It's fine, Daisy, Snakestar said after a while. Just don't push his buttons anymore, okay? I get you want to act tough, but he won't be very kind to an angry retort with him. Shattered Sky was behind her, and Daisy could feel that, but nodded to Snakestar's words. You're talking to me, right? Daisy meowed, looking at Snakestar as he sat next to a Tom. Yes, I'm talking to you. I thought you knew that. Snakestar let a chuckle, and Daisy nodded. She was being forgetful. Yes, okay. Daisy walked off and trotted down into the medicine den, peering her head in as a couple of cats were talking. She saw a dappled, dilute-ish calico and walked back towards her spot next to Snakestar as he was talking with a fellow warrior. She raced around the camp, not knowing what else to do, and looked around for Blue Mist. A couple hours later, Daisy was wandering through RiverClan territory when she saw a loud, rushing gorge. She heard a couple of cats near a two-leg bridge and raced towards it, worried when she heard coughing, and saw Sunheart and Shattered Sky talking to one another. Shattered Sky was pushing his paws onto the chest of a russet-colored warrior as they coughed up water. Daisy raced towards them. "What's happening here?" she said, peering over the deep gorge as she saw a faint figure in the distance. "Shattered Sky, what happened?" she asked again as Shattered Sky turned back at her and pushed her down off into the ground. With a thud, she almost hit her head on a rock, but managed to just dodge it, just coincidentally. "Stay back!" he growled as Daisy flinched. "Stupid border patrol!" Sheared Sunheart cursed under her breath as she looked down into the water, seeing a cat slowly sink deep below the crystal clear waves. Her and another cat named Sin Yonder were both on the ground from Shattered Sky's obnoxious pushing to the ground. I'm assigning, Sunheart stuttered as she looked at them. "I'm never assigning another border patrol with you cats again," she growled. "Hey, stop yelling, Shattered Sky," Daisy said as the Tom yelled. "What did I do?" Wasn't it obvious, though? Daisy laughed, but didn't make it that obvious that she did. She peered into the gorge and tried to see the cat, but it was gone. She tried to look across into the WindClan territory, but there was still no cat. Even she could feel that there would be no cat in the barn as well. "I just saved you from a rock fall to your death, Daisy," he screamed at her, and she backed up. "I didn't ask for that." "What are you talking about?" I was just looking over the edge. Sunheart ushered both of them to shut up and stop talking. But Shattered Sky kept yelling at her. Oh, come on, let's just bring Sin Yonder back to camp, you two. Stop it. Daisy's tail was poofed up as she was very flustered. Okay. You toad-faced blob of saliva! Shattered Sky was screaming at Daisy again as a handsome Tom named Raven Moth came up and approached Daisy from behind. For your information, I wasn't going to fall in the first place, she yelled again as Raven Moth pressed her backwards. What in great stock, then? Come on, Daisy. Let's just head back to camp. He looked at her with a solemn gaze that was still nice. But the cats raced back to camp, and everything faded to white.